Assalamualaikum and very good day to all of you. I, Muhammad Azwan bin Azri, will be presenting to all of you about the interesting topic about association between level of sleep quality and demographic variables among older persons in Pusat Aktiviti Warga Emas Selangor. This study was conducted between several team members, which consists of me, Muhammad Azwan bin Azri, Siti Nur Atikah binti Muhammad Mokhtar, Siti Salwa binti Talib, Nur Sakinah binti Baharudin, Husna binti Ahmad Ainuddin, Ahmad Zamir bin Cik Daud, Muhammad Khairul Anwar bin Abdul Rahim Yang, and Muhammad Azam Abdul Halim. This study was collaborated between University Technology Mara, UiTM, Ministry of Health Malaysia, and the Allied Health Sciences College. So let's go to the introduction first. Sleep is a natural resting period in order to recuperate after daily exhaustion. Good sleep is essential for both physical and mental health. Sleep is essential for the functioning and quality of life. Insufficient of good sleep quality will lead to metabolic dysfunction, obesity, hypertension, heart attack, and stroke. Now let's go to the literature reviews. For rapid eye movement, during this time, more stimuli is required to awake. Sleep is continuous, progressive, and increase high voltage slow wave activity. Meanwhile, for non-rapid eye movement, a broad stimulation is required to make a person awake from sleep. Delta sleep is experienced as a result from low wave activity. How about the issue among older persons and sleep quality? According to a study conducted by Volkov, Alkali, and Balzan in 2007, aging has related to the level of sleep quality, which result difficulty to stay asleep until morning. Last but not least, the effects of not having good sleep could lead to bad mood, easily angry, confused, and not alert. Poor sleep quality can lead to poor mental health problems. Now, let's take a look at the sleep cycles. There are 4 main stages in sleep cycles. During the stage 1, there will be light sleep and the person will easily to wake up. During the second stage, there will be eye movement and the brain wave will slow down. During the third stage, the delta wave begins to appear. And then, the fourth stage, there will be deep sleep and there will be reduced wakefulness. After that, there will be a situation which is called as rapid eye movement. Now, let's take a look what happened to the brain during REM sleep. Basically, there are 2 activities that will happen during REM sleep, which consists of increased activity and decreased activity. For increased activity, there are 4 parts of the brain that will involve in this activity, which consists of anterior cingulate, ventral tegmental area, occipitotemporal, and motor premotor. So this part of the brain is important to control the visual perceptual skills, emotion, and reward processing. Meanwhile, there are 2 parts of the brain which consist of orbitofrontal cortex and postcingulate that will involve in decreased activity during the REM sleep. So it is important for this part of brain to decrease the activity because it will control the attentional and orientation. Now let's take a look at the background of the study. So usually almost the elderly have insomnia that disturb the falling sleep in the early stage and maintain to sleep. There was a study conducted by Madrid Valero in 2017 and found that age is related to poor sleep quality. He also noted that females have poor sleep quality compared to male. This is because the female always has secondary issues like menopause, stress, depression, and anxiety. There also a study conducted by Hawke in 1988 stated from his survey, which consists of 100 participants were involved, and the result shows that majority of sleep disturbance is nocturia, which is 59%, the cough factor and breathing issues, which is around 16%, and pain, which is around 12%. And there are other reasons such as environment, dreaming, and muscle cramps. The elderly who have a chronic illness can lead to insomnia. So for the problem statement, there are limited studies about the relationship between sleep quality among older persons in daycare center in Malaysia. Thus, it is important to find out about it so it can help OT, occupational therapy, to understand more about sleep issues among elderly and plan the strategies to improve sleep quality. The research objective is to identify association between level of sleep quality and demographic variables among older persons in Pusat Aktiviti Warga Emas in Selangor. So the research question is there any association between level of sleep quality and demographic variables among older persons in Pusat Aktiviti Warga Emas in Selangor? For the methodology, for the design, this is a cross-sectional study with purposive sampling method. For the setting, it involves 6 Pusat Aktiviti Warga Emas Daycare Center in Selangor. For analysis, the data were analyzed by using SPSS software. For the inclusion criteria, the study was conducted among participants who were aged of 65 years old and above, who understand English and Malay, and has been attended daycare center. For the exclusion criteria, those who were having severe physical impairment. And then there were 2 instruments that involved in the study, which consists of demographic profiles and Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index. Alright, so now for the results, for the descriptive analysis, for the gender, most of the respondents are female, and the age are the most of these the respondents from the age range of 65 to 75 years old. For weight, most respondent has the range of age between 61 to 70 kilos. Meanwhile, for the education level, most of the respondent have completed primary school. For working status, most of them were not working, and for marital status, most of them were married. For number of families, most of them were having no or one family member. And for staying with family, most of them stay with their family. For number of illnesses, most of them were having around 2 to 3 illnesses. For sleep quality, this study found that most of the respondents, which is 122 respondents, were having poor sleep quality. Now let's go to the inferential analysis. So based on the results, there are 4 demographic variables that show significant difference in terms of association between sleep quality, which consists of gender, weight, working status, and level of education. So in conclusion, sleep quality in elderly based on demographic data shows that elderly has poor sleep quality even involved in a community activity. Gender, weight, working status, and level of education have association with level of sleep quality among older persons in daycare center. That's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for watching. If you do have any question, feel free to drop an email to azwanazri@uitm.edu.my. Thank you very much.